Thank you very much, Annabelle. We've now been joined by another winner today. Anna Ivanovic came through in straight sets, 6-1, 6-1 over Yifan Zhou. Congratulations. You must feel that went with relative ease and looking ahead to Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Well, it's always good to have that first victory under your belt, and I really felt like I implemented lots of things I worked on in the past week today, so I was very pleased with that.
We were talking just now how hot it is out there, into the 30s centigrade, coming up towards about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Really difficult for the players just to get used to this, because this isn't typical Wimbledon and London weather, is it?
No, it definitely isn't, and you are prepared for some rain, and you have raincoats and umbrellas, but I've been really enjoying this warm weather, actually. I love it, and apparently it's going to get even hotter, so we might have a very special Wimbledon.
Let's just talk about the French Open for you, reaching the semi-finals, which is the first time you've got there since, of course, winning back in 2008. Was that really reassuring for you to show that you could come back and really prove how far you can get back on the clay?
Yeah, definitely, and that's something I want to aim for more in the future, especially that it's actually been a long path for me and lots of hard work, and yet I still have a lot of things to achieve and to work on, but that gives me confidence that I'm doing the right things, and also having a new team around me and sort of trying to marry everything, and this really helps me a lot.
And the thing with the women's game is it's so competitive. It's not easy making the semi-finals of Grand Slam, is it, at all?
No, definitely, and as we can see, from the first round, even the top seededs are challenged, by lower ranked players, and the draw is very open, and that's, on one hand, it's really exciting because the one who works the hardest and who fights the most, deserves the spot.
Well, so we know you're going to be playing Matic Sands in your second round match here on Wednesday. What did you take away from today that you will be able to use on Wednesday?
Well, today obviously I didn't know my opponent very well, and with Bethany we played in the past quite a few times, and it's going to be a lot different match. I think Bethany is tougher player, tough opponent, especially on grass. She has a big serve, she can come into the net often, and she loves also to chip and charge. So I look forward to that challenge. It's going to be a lot different, but again, I want to focus on my game and sort of what I've been working on, and it's still a progress. Grass, it's always special, so I really hope I can go well.
And we've been talking a lot about the transition from playing on the clay, the slow surface, to the grass much quicker, and the ball comes through. And you've had an extra week to prepare now because Wimbledon's been pushed back a week. How's that helped you?
It was nice in a way. It gave me a chance to go back home a little bit
nice
and
to
visit.
Rest.
Exactly. But on the other hand, I was really anxious for Wimbledon to get going. Because you're so used to having just 2 weeks. So I was ready for it. But no, obviously it's nice, and it's like you say, it's the hardest transition from clay to grass. In clay, you need also a lot of endurance, and on grass, it's a lot also about power. How fast you can accelerate that first step.
But it's not just good for the players; it's good for the fans as well, isn't it? They get to see an extra week of grass court tennis because the season was very short before that.
Yeah, definitely, and especially if the players would do well in French Open, it was kind of fast turnaround to come back and play Wimbledon. And I remember in 2007 when I reached finals in French Open and came straight onto Wimbledon. It was a little bit hard, yeah.
I'm interested to know about life for you since becoming a Grand Slam champion a few years ago at the French Open, and of course being a successful female athlete. There's so many opportunities off the court as well. How have you learned how to balance activities both on and off the tennis court?
That was probably the hardest thing for me to learn, because when I won my first Grand Slam I was only 20 and I was a very shy girl, so to balance that and having all that spotlight on me was very hard for me. And that's when I sort of wanted to run away a little bit. I wanted to be anonymous. I just wanted to play tennis for fun and not have all the eyes on me. And but over the years you learn how to deal with it. You become more mature, you become more self-confident. So now I feel like I'm a different person and different player, but it was a learning process.
Yeah, it must have taken a few years to adapt to suddenly all the new fame. And you just mentioned earlier having the new team around you now. Just explain a bit more about who's in the new team.
I started working with Mats Merkel. He was involved in Adidas program. We started just before French Open, and that's going really well. I have physio with me and also sparring partner who travel, and that's at the moment the team I have here. And we are all working really good together, and we're looking to improve and that everyone can get better.
And we saw your boyfriend Bastian Schweinsteiger, the footballer. He's here in London with you and supporting with you. What's it been like travelling with him, spending some time with him?
Oh, I think people know I like not to talk about my private life. Thank you.
No, of course. Nice to see him here supporting you. But being Monday afternoon now and having already won your first round match, you've got a bit of time before Wednesday. So how do you use this time? What's your practice schedule, your resting schedule within the next sort of 24, 48 hours?
Well, people actually don't understand how much it goes on before and after the match, because still I have some other commitments treatments I have to do, and then we have recovery, and all this takes time. So basically it's full day schedule, and then obviously gonna have easy dinner, try to recover tomorrow, just probably sleep in a little bit, although I like to come early and practice when it's not so crowded, not so hot.
Yes.
And try to get the best possible rest and preparation for the next match.
And do you ever get to do some things away from tennis on your days off, some sightseeing or enjoying being in London?
Yeah, I love being in London, and I have actually done some things off the court, but mostly in the first week. Once the tournament gets going,
first.
it's really work, and it's concentration on that, and then once that's finished, then hopefully some more time for shopping and sightseeing.
See,
All the important
where
things.
girls are, shopping in London.
Although my brother has been studying here, so I've been to London quite a few times.
Okay, well, we absolutely love talking to you. Thank you so much for making the
Thanks,
trip
Anna.
to our
Thank
studio.
you.
Best of luck against Matic Sounds in
Thank
a
you very
second.
much.
Lovely
Thank
to
you.
hear from Anna Ivanovic following her straight set win here today in the first round of the 2015 Wimbledon Championships.